because we had Fat Falcons at the time.
Well, yes.
Like Fat Chewie before Wave 4 happened was already terrorizing everything, and they just moved to Han. It was the most degenerate thing ever, but everyone's like, oh, Phantoms are terrible.
That was pretty much the time I started playing X-Wing, so when I went to my first store champ, the nerf had happened.
Okay.
But because I was only playing my friend at work, I turned up the store champ with the most oddball list you've ever seen. And faced like Dash and Kian, Farlander.
Yep. All that nonsense.
It was just like, I won one game that day.
Yes.
And that was my very last game.
Yep, correct.
Yeah, things got better after that, but oh my, having never been to a tournament before, it was eye-opening to see these optimised. I mean, you couldn't buy a Millennium Falcon in the country for love nor money.
Right.
Sweet engine upgrade.
Yeah. God, so fun. Rest in peace, large base boost on decimators. The most missed, the single greatest missing piece from X-Wing 2.0.
Well, I don't know. I gotta be honest. I still fall back to my first time, actually my only time with you on stream, which was the most awkward. It was a 15-minute destruction because the guy tried to joust Rack and Vader.
He didn't try to joust.
You just
if you had the table mic on, it was amazing because it was Nim Miranda, and it was like my third Nim Miranda of that World's run. In my first 2 years ago.
And you totally hadn't prepped to expect
no,
to play against that.
And I'm running correct. It was like it was last year's. It was last year's.
Quick draw Rack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was in my 7 rounds of day one. Was it 6 rounds on day one?
Rounds.
6 rounds on day one. I faced 14 total ships. Like it was 5 2-ship lists and 2 3-ship and
a 2-ship list. You're probably going to win that.
Yeah, almost every time. So he was running Nim Miranda, and he actually came out fast to get position in the middle of the board, not realizing that I would just 4 forward boost, and did. And then he went, "Oh, you went aggressive," and then I 5 forward boost target locked with Vader, and he went, "Oh, you go really aggro," and then it was cruise missile into "Oh, hey, Miranda's basically dead. Cool, right."
You mean Moff Jar doesn't cut the mustard for getting a boost?
Not even remotely. It's so not even. Well, so it's twofold, right? The Moff could be okay, but they made the decimator slower by moving the blues down to the 1s instead of the 2s.
Yeah.
So even when you were stressed, the 2 and then the boost afterwards was a lot of ground coverage. Now you can't boost afterwards. You can't Moff ahead of time if you're pre-stressed. It's a totally different ship. The decimator is still fine. I just don't like flying it.
You're all boosting the same way.
Yeah.
I tried it.
No.
Didn't like it.
I mean, it's necessary if you want to run a decimator.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be running a decimator.
Yeah.
Outside of maybe double, there's a double decimator. That's a different thing though. I played Ace large ship, or that's just Brawler large ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're playing cannon and then a physically big cannon.
Well, I was playing double aces.
Yeah.
It just happened to be one of mine was a 64-point rack that could blind you twice. It was beautiful. What Punisher is that? Death Rain. Oh, he's going to be so mad.
It'd be a real shame if that Y-Wing took, or those arcs took a damage because the rock exploded. Let's be honest.
It's not the fact that it even matters that he took a damage. He's just going to be annoyed that it can trajectory simulate or something and be pissed off about it.
Yeah, but it's also going to stop him from hitting the rock.
Yeah.
True. I don't know if you saw his stream game against Paul Heaver.
No, I tried to get that game.
Fair. So Paul did a good job of putting a diagonal set of rocks down the middle of the board. So corner to corner. So that my dad had to split. He couldn't just fly directly at the double Nantex. At which point they proceeded to put one of the arcs on the rock, bullseyeing for both Nantex and kill it in one volley. And there's... All right, we're good. We're safe. We're safe. That is a medium base pulling into the rocks. My dad is not scared.
The list Sims running was my alternative list.
Okay.
Worlds.
Yeah. What's your bid?
1 point.
1 point? Okay. Huh.
Everyone at the store kept telling me, "Oh, you don't need a bid. You don't need a bid."
They were incorrect.
Well, I got to be honest.
Although
I didn't hit another PS6.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would have been fine. I was running Sense Pass.
You wouldn't at the bottom tables.
Huh?
Nothing.
Yeah, correct.
Oh.
You're not wrong.
Hey, I started at the normal tables. it just didn't help that my first two games was against, I believe, 2 European System Open winners.
Solid.
Good.
It's almost like they know how the game plays.
Yeah.
I won a rural Manitoban hyperspace.
Strong. How many people?
No comment.
Okay.
Did you all get dice?
So I played in a hyperspace on Saturday, like before coming. This was
Yeah,
just
The
so.
one in Springfield?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure was. Killian came too.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, but it was a 2-day hyperspace, or so 3 days. Had
Yeah.
2 play-in days,
Okay.
right? They took
Yeah.
eight players from each play-in day. They had a play-in day on
Okay.
Friday, a play-in day on
Okay.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Because when those were regionals, that store's slightly smaller, but they would pull 80 people,
Okay,
right? So
yeah,
they would
yeah,
do 2 days, 40, 40,
yeah.
then we do a Sunday
this
cut.
into your capable hands. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go see what the prize wall still looks like. And see
Yeah.
what I can get to give away.
Templates are gone, but other than that,
You can get them still? The mail?
well, correct, but they're not here now.
They're not here now.
Well,
yeah,
let's be honest.
I
Thank you
was-
for the vote of confidence, but I haven't hit a single hanger bay pods.
Okay, so I mean, fair.
I was.
I've been farming for a
I was
while
I
today.
was farming today to try
Yeah.
and get the templates, and when somebody said they've all gone, I could have cried. And then when they said,
we actually did one. No, listen.
so when they said, oh, they're going to print some more and send them,
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, I agree.
That's cool.
I agree.
Well, because you say it's cool, but it's just like.
Well, it's not as cool as me taking them home with them in my case.
Yeah,
but,
well, it's covering up a fuck
but-
up, though, isn't it?
but it's better than.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
There,
cool.
there may have been Destiny players that got the wristband tokens to be
Yeah.
able to get a set of templates
Yeah.
or a Plo Koon,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they were just giving them away to people who were farming hard
Yeah.
on day 1 and 2. So
Yeah, I mean, at least they've done the right thing and said they're going to print some more. So I'm happy.
yeah, I mean, I've already sold mine.
How much you get, Brian Charles?
Like $450 for the ship and the templates.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah, felt okay.
Getting quick before the market's flooded.
I mean, more like I just wanted to be done with it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yep.
Mine's probably going to go in my very small trophy case.
Well, so my problem is like I'll never fly it.
Yeah.
Like I like my Nationals templates, like the black ones are
Yeah.
super clean. I love them. So I'm trying to reduce the amount of stuff I have in my house
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
all of the
like,
game
no.
stuff is like starting to creep out of the game office area into like
yeah.
the normal folk area.
Yeah,
So I'm trying to.
You see, being friends with Rasta, if I wanted a Plo Koon, really,
Oh, yeah.
I'm better off buying an Easter
Same.
site and saying,
Yep.
paint me Plo Koon.
That's 100%. Luke
Yeah.
Carrington does the same thing for me. Like
yeah. There's,
I've never even quite like an alt paint job
yeah.
as being something special if it's not like a limited edition or custom
yeah.
is like comically not a thing because
Yeah.
I brought back all the CIS stuff from Poland, mailed it to Luke. It got back to me on Friday
Yeah.
and looks amazing.
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah. I did like those ships you were, especially the
the ones on the rocks.
on
Oh,
the
they're
rocks.
so good.
Yeah.
Every time I swap, so for chats and everyone watching, I have 2 vultures deployed on. I'm gonna actually grab them here in a second and show you what they look like because they're fucking awesome. But deployed on 3D printed asteroids that I actually pull my vulture that lands in grapple struts off and replace the model.
So cool. So cool.
I'm pretty sure we're just supposed to not pay attention to what chat's saying, right? Like we don't acknowledge their existence.
No.
I don't know what they're talking about. They're doing something.
I mean, I think they're currently farming the racist currency.
The racist currency.
Yeah, apparently he's anti-Semitic. I don't know. Whoopi is apparently one of George Lucas's things that he's stolen from I think it's Hebrew or something. Apparently it means like gold coins or some nonsense. It'll tell you when he comes back.
Okay. Cool.
Apparently they love you.
Somebody loves us. It's fine. Well, Twitch Shed always loves whoever.
Yeah.
They're required. They're contractually obligated to. Oh my God, my dad's. Sure. Red barrel roll the arc. I promise you're gonna hit that ace now. This is how you can tell.
Tried him with Sinker?
What?
Your dad? Have you tried?
No, that's a trigger that he'll forget to
you just-
use. No, we don't do pilot abilities.
Even that.
Nope.
Even a simple one like that is too much.
It's not that it's too much. It's just there's already enough like
Right.
because it's over. It's not that like if we sat down and played a casual game, it'd be totally fine. But
Yeah.
over 6 or 7 games,
okay, I'm with
and
you.
especially like going through the LCQ and then getting
Yeah.
put on Thursday where it's six
Was it
games
a bit
into
like me
sevens.
starting with 4 Bs with accuracy corrector.
Yeah, correct. You're just
Yeah.
like nope, 2.
Yeah,
It's always
just
2.
Concentrate on where you're flying.
Yep.
And then just.
It's you end up running out of brain power effectively,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
you can call it something cheeky or cute. And
You know, I'm gonna send you a share so that I can
Jesus. But yeah, so it's just easier if it's here. Like here's my actions that the actions that haven't changed since the 7 years ago when we started playing this game.
Yeah.
You must have been very close to getting him on Rebel Beef, right? When it was at its peak.
No, because Rebel Beef is literally nothing
Too
but
much,
combos.
yeah.
It's combo wing,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Like,
You have to remember Leia.
well, no, but like the Cassian and
Yeah,
Braylon
oh,
combo
yeah,
and all
yeah,
that kind of
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Like, nah,
Yeah,
it's
failing your barrel roll. And,
right.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, but also like intentionally failing your
Yes,
barrel roll to
intentionally
keep in
fa-
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, the whole. Yeah.
it's just not the. He would rather have just more generic beef
Yeah, yeah.
that's point and shoot.
Yeah, yeah. If Sim was to make a mistake and park in front of all of it, he might have a problem.
Oh yeah, and it's a like the benefit is it's a metric crap ton of
Yeah.
arcs that he has to deal with, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and so that's the other positive of the list is
There was only one thing that I thought was memey enough to to give away from this
Biggs,
game.
Biggs,
No.
Red Squadron vet, Jack Sure, Jesus,
Who've we got?
Jack Porkins.
Yeah, I looked at that and thought,
So-
I'm never running that.
So you know what the greatest thing is, right? They done a Lego X-wing and Porkins is in it.
Huh?
So you can have Porkins, you can have Luke. And I swear to God, the Lego figure looks fat. I swear to God.
How does it like a figure?
He cheeks and then I swear to God, like he's not bigger. He looks fat.
You know what?
All right.
Lego's been knocking it out of the park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So what did I miss? Did the arc hit the
Nothing.
rock?
Oh.
No, he red barrel rolled. He gets to shoot Death Rain.
Let's see if I think it's left.
Concussion missile. Woo! Was he even
There's
locked?
a shortcut to show the. Wait,
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
Somebody thought there's definitely
do-
a lot there.
Wait, you do this.
He's gonna click it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
People are Snapchatting me. They're way more important than you chat.
Oh, you're triggering me again. You stupid how to rim dice.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Ah!
Told you. Look right there. He's fat. He's fat. Mark, I told you, he's fat.
That is a fat minifig.
God,
They
you're a legend.
did on fat rolls.
He is a fat Lego figure.
Nope. There we go.
Can I just say congratulations? You spelled Simeon correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first time he's been on stream.
Whoa.
He's just done. Your dad with the red barrel roll.
He
Just
had
did
real
3
problems the other
damage
day when
to the.
someone was trying
He wrote 3 out of hand and took all the shields from Death
Oh,
Range.
Simon is the one helping us stream.
Fucking strong. Good job, Dad.
I'm gonna go.
Okay. The way did he take any damage in return?
One
He got
shield.
missiled, right?
One shield.
Fucking strong. You should ask Simeon politely if he could just like blow up that rock south of him. Like, hey, could you just take care? I'll take the one. It's fine. Could you just take care of that for me? It'd just make my life a lot easier.
Was the idea of your dad taking big rocks?
I have no idea why he's taking big rocks.
No.
Like, literally, nope.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ballsy.
I mean, he should have the 3 biggest debris clouds.
Yes,
100%.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he's ballsy when you've. But
It was a brave strategy, Cotton, but
you
it worked out for him.
well, correct. See how it plays out. I don't know what these whoopee are, but I assume that's this fake currency.
yeah.
Rolling natties is a very strong way to win. It's a great skill to learn.
Yep.
I've been beaten by a number of really good players that just know how to roll natties.
That seemed to be the case yesterday when I was playing. That
Yeah.
I wouldn't say my dice were good or bad.
Sure.
But my opponents
Yeah.
were just like on fire. Particularly their green dice.
That happens.
Yeah.
That's why I was playing at Nantex. I got annoyed by the green dice being on fire enough that I
Yeah.
just took them away. I
Yeah.
was like, nah, you
Yeah.
can't have those anymore.
Yeah.
There's nothing more
Yeah.
fulfilling than tractoring a T70 that has heroic and being like, no, you don't get to have that anymore.
So, Simeon's currently scumbagging his mistake. He trajectoried a bomb and he boosted.
Sure.
And then he's realised that Sunset Fell moves after Death Rain does. So he's intentionally linked it with an action to fail on purpose.
So that he goes 2 white forward?
Yeah.
Sure. Because he was going to try to K-turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he boosted and went, Sunset doesn't move.
Yeah. That's a seismic, right? Not a
Yeah,
proton?
that's-
Yeah, my dad super doesn't care about that. Oh, 3 bank, you coward.
Yeah, the reason I took Death Rain for this was particularly for the droid swarm. I've had some bad experiences with droids sitting on rocks.
Yeah, dude, they're great.
Yeah.
In one of my losses that was a frustrating loss, I had a droid on the same rock for 9 consecutive turns, and he shot every damn turn.
Yeah.
And yet I didn't win that game. It's like, man,
Wow.
I took 9 calculated shots from one of my ships, let alone the rest of what they were doing. Apparently not enough.
Yeah, the droid swarm I played, he didn't have trouble hitting. That's
True. Red barrel roll just to annoy me. I actually would have been fine with that red barrel roll right there. Open up Archon fell and like 3 bank the other Archon. He's splitting up against too many aces. Like he just needs to give Vader he needs to give Soonter his flank and kill the other 2. What are we doing? Are we rotating?
Full forward.
Why?
The dial sucks.
Yeah, that's fine. Why? The dial sucks even worse next round.
yes, you go.
Hold on, did he take the... No, he doesn't. God damn it. He doesn't have the fucking turn droids either. They can only go straight now.
Yeah.
This is the problem. We lose our mods and then we try to hit aces and we don't unless we natty and then we get mad.
There's the white 2 forward.
I do like the way Sim can pick up pretty much any ship. I know he's flown these before,
The problem I think a lot of us had was this just sort of failure to want to conform to like
yeah.
meta lists.
We didn't optimise a list.
What do you mean?
Went, at the store, we
Yeah.
all kind of went, let's fly something we love,
Sure,
as opposed to let's fly something that's good.
that's fair.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what happened to Will. He flew 4 T65s. He's really good with it. But turns out when wave 5's around,
yeah, this-
kind of hard.
Yeah,
Kind of hard.
Yeah, it's-
And you know what the worst part of this is? Like, the Nantex are fucking bullshit.
yeah.
Like, and they're not overpowered, but they are a massive negative play experience, and they
Yeah.
turbo fuck certain lists, right? Okay, fine. You realize that precog is one of the dumbest fucking upgrades that have ever been brought into this game.
Yeah.
That like I spoke to designers and they were like, "Oh yeah, we raised the points on that weight like super high." I was like, "I would literally pay double, sir. Like not high enough. Up, up, up." Like precog Vader is one of the most terrifying endgame ships
Yeah, yeah.
in the game.
Oh yeah, because you can now boost.
Always,
every turn?
always. Oh,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
more importantly, oh, you finally caught me. I made a mistake. Looks like I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're Vader and you want to use your pilot ability to take more actions. I promise it's okay. You'll come back around.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if only there weren't upgrades like fire control in the game.
Correct. Or
like-
shuttles that were coordinating to you.
Yes.
Who would have guessed? Or you were just a force user, so fuck it. You don't need
Yeah.
actions.
Yeah. Just having those passive mods is terrible, isn't it?
So we've actually got after this. There's quite a lull now before the next like huge event, isn't there?
No, there is the.
Warlords Veteran Tournament.
What's the weekend one of veteran?
I mean,
tournament?
Well, I
much
mean, for you
bigger
guys
than
possibly.
that.
We have a grand championship in November in St. Louis.
Okay.
So like literally
And
2
and
weeks.
isn't the one in Las Vegas?
Yeah, that's in January. Yep. So then we got like a month and a half till Jan. 2 months.
Yeah.
For us in the UK or
We've had it
in
as,
Europe, I mean, no, there's Swedish Grand Championship.
Okay.
So yeah, it's whatever the national is.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
national
yeah.
championship, not a
Yeah,
continental. Like
yes,
whatever the
yeah,
difference.
yeah.
I don't know what the fuck they call them these days.
Yeah, yeah.
12 people will be at that one. They're
Well, yeah, 'cause no one can get in the mountains. Like what?
yeah. They had a weekend with there were 3 Grand Championships at the same time.
God damn it! I hate
It's
all of
like-
you. we used to get one North American championship
Yeah.
and one U.S.
Yeah.
Then we'd look across the pond and be like, well, yeah, every one of our goddamn countries had one. Yeah, 14 people showed up to this one, and I'm a national champion. Like, we got one. We get one a year, damn it. And it's on the fucking East Coast.
Was it the one in Liverpool when we had nearly 300 people turn up?
Yeah, that was mad.
That was, we have some big
When we go
arse
big,
Oh, yeah,
when,
fair.
we go, when we go big, we go big.
Right. Well, it's the same thing we get in like the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Like you get up in Montana, like you'd get like a 14-person regional. It's like
Nice.
now, granted, there's only like 100 people in the whole fucking state, so you're only gonna get 14 to play X-wing. But
Yeah.
yes, correct. The strain will keep Precog Vader in check.
It's not as if though that you could do a precog boost and then just clear the strain straight away.
Or more
Straight
importantly, like I could just always 4K turn now.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same thing. Now I realize he's joking, but there are people out there that go, advanced sensor defenders are bad because you don't get your full throttle evade. You know when you don't need the evade? When you never get fucking shot.
Yeah.
It'd be
Yeah.
a shame if my K turn could go in one of 7 fucking places and you
Yeah.
can't block them all. I had a crisis of faith after having all these models painted for me,
Yeah.
spending a lot of money on them, getting them looking beautiful, and then 3 days before I left went, man, Precog Vader with FCS burners and Rexler with advanced sensors has a 23-point bid. And that feels real fucking good.
So I was gonna run Super Anakin again,
Yeah?
and I thought I'd be clever.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm not clever.
I mean, but that's the rule, right? Never be clever.
Yeah.
Like, just anytime you've ever thought, man, I could be clever, you just no.
But it did sound good when you were explaining it to me. It
The-
sounded fantastic.
essentially, I've got I ran Annie in the wire, and essentially I can fight infinite APTs
Sure.
with Plo Koon.
Huh? Yeah, you reload and then kick it off and all that nonsense.
Aim.
Sure.
Yeah, so they just do it every single turn.
Yeah.
It would have worked too if it didn't. Those middling kids.
Correct. Correct. Wait, what bomb? What did he?
Proton.
What rock did he blow up last turn?
The one
Oh,
on
the one up
far
there.
Side, yeah.
Come on, Simeon, blow up the rock that's gonna help everyone move.
Well, you could reload one.
No, the one you just blew up. You could have blown up the rock that would have made everyone's life easier, but no, you blew up the one way over there.
He does that.
So he's a rebel player. He needs to turn around. He should be 4K'ing, right?
My dad?
Yeah.
I have literally no idea what he's doing.
4K would be good for him.
Yeah, I think he's probably gonna turn
he's
because
gonna
he's got
have to.
he's got the rear arc. Like he'll live and die by the rear arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't bring on these arcs not to use them, not to only use the front.
Has that one got shields?
Have we been keeping
Put it
up?
where you want.
That's my job.
So I hope this
wait,
one.
so tighten up your sex tape?
I hope that yeah. So I hope this one's just going forward.
Nice, they can sit on the floor. That's more stuff to give away.
Hey, there you go.
Nice.
So I got some bad news from the actual tournament.
Yeah, what's that?
Rastus A-Wing's dead.
Ooh.
Exchange for one shield on Obi-Wan, who has
That's
R2.
that seems not great.
Oh, yeah.
So all right, so here's one of these.
Worried about the Jedi matchup in his list.
Yeah, I was hunting Jedi and I saw one all day.
That was my...
And I turbo fucked it, but I only saw one.
That was me at Canadian Nationals.
Yeah.
Everyone around me was bitching that all they saw was regen Jedi. I'm like, I would love that.
Yep.
Nope. I get Cam and his double tapping dash.
Yeah.
You know what
Nice.
Vader doesn't like? Having his target lock stripped every turn and
God.
5 dice shots that ignore obstruction.
All right. Man, this might be a good trap.
He might-
Oh, no. He's going to bump. He's not going to have mods. Whatever.
Oh, did we ever close betting?
No.
No.
I didn't.
You're asking us to know how to do things that
No.
we don't do.
No, not at all.
Tell him how the currency's racist.
Oh, yeah.
So currency we use phrases whoopie whoopie. Well, what I found out today is because it is actually it's the Huttese gold coins.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what my buddies did. Well, I pulled it up on Wikipedia. Guy leans over my shoulder and goes, "You realize that's just Hebrew script, right?"
Solid.
Yeah, that totally doesn't play into any stereotypes that were especially bad in Hollywood in that era.
That era, sure. Oh,
I'm trying to be polite.
I'm not to Hollywood? Why?
Yeah, you had
good point.
U571. What the hell was that about? I think you'll find that the British captured the Enigma machine. Well, it was the Polish first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? They always have an interesting view of history, which is why it's always fun to put the 1812 locks down and sometimes have to educate people that war happened.
Yes.
I had one guy refuse to play with it on the table.
Really?
It tilted him that bad that the White House was on fire.
Jesus. Why? And you
The
just
Deep
look at
South
him and be
are a
like,
weird people.
what? Who?
The Deep South are a weird
Correct. We don't claim them, but regardless.
You know, it's when you're growing up, you're meant to learn like as much history as you can.
Yeah.
Great that in
You got to remember, y'all have history because you're from a place that was like founded more than a couple hundred years ago.
Yeah.
We don't really have history. We learn about like the old history that's like 2 generations ago.
Yeah.
See, well, this is the thing, though, right? So obviously, all the history about all the wars that we won, there's literally nothing at all about any of the
ones we did.
the British incursion in America.
Yeah.
Literally
The
nothing.
British
at all.
incursion in
We don't
America.
want-
So obviously, when obviously it comes to it, and he come over and he meets some Americans, they're like, "Ah, this is really funny. This happened," and we're like, "Did it?"
Well, that's because you can't educate except for the British Museum. And by that I mean the British Museum of everyone else's shit.
Yeah.
Brits on tour.
But there's a great joke about it. His father and son are walking through the British Museum, and it's like, "Oh, Dad, why are there so many awesome things from all these other countries?" He's like, "Gun beats spear."
Correct. Turns out, when you're a culture of people that just fucking kills each other all the time,
Yeah.
and you run into other cultures of people that, don't,
Yeah.
you're better at it than they are.
Yeah.
I quite like Ricky Gervais when he said, "I'm from Britain. We used to rule the world before you did."
It's because we got a bigger
Oh,
gun.
he did a show in China?
Whoa. Yeah, it was best described the difference between Brits and Americans. Americans think 100 years is a long time. Brits think 100 miles is a long way.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are all like, oh, this is so far away. Like, I would drive the 400 miles it is from my house to here, like every year, no question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can fly. Why?
Yeah.
I drive 900 miles to a beach volleyball tournament every year. One way.
Yeah. I was going to say, we put on a 12-hour trip every year for our regionals just to go to Calgary,
Yeah.
which is the equivalent of like you guys driving from the south to the north and
Yeah.
back.
My state is longer than most of your fucking countries.
Want to play that game, my friend? That is the one thing we're known for.
No, it isn't, because you don't actually have people anywhere like 5 miles north of the American border.
Hey, I live like
There's landmass up there that no
I
one
live like
uses.
10 miles
Yeah,
north.
Correct. Yeah. What's the population density 50 miles from the American border?
Not even 50 miles. Population density of Manitoba is like, actually, I'm Googling it because I think it's 1.8.
You know what? Type that. Population density Manitoba.
How am I spelling the last thing?
Manitoba.
Yeah, you're good.
1.27.
2 people per square kilometer.
Yeah, 2 people per square
Or
kilometer.
6 per square mile.
Yeah. Right. Correct. We have more. Hold on. What's the total number of people in Canada? Like, we have more people in just New York City than you have in your entire fucking
9
country,
million.
right?
So, so is this the area you live in?
Yeah, that's my province.
Okay. Right. This is where I live. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, right. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's more people in just New York City than the whole of Canada.
Yeah. I mean, I
I
live
bet there
there.
are more Canadians in New York than there are in Canada.
Also possible. Also
Okay,
possible.
to be fair, that's because every time, let's be honest, look at Saturday Night Live. Do you know what the solution for successful Saturday Night Live is?
Have Canadian
Import
writers?
the Canadians and give them cocaine. You want another?
But not too much.
No, you've got to measure that out and throttle it.
Or they die by 27. Rest in peace, Chris Farley. All right, they shot each other. Chat, did they hit? Do we even have we didn't even have the dice box on. You can't even tell what happened.
Right,
Can you tell this is a for fun game?
one's lost a shield, one's lost a shield, one's dead.
The Twitch does, then I have to pull them and then clip them, and
Right, okay.
eventually this will go up.
So my match will actually end
It
up
will
on
eventually
YouTube.
go up,
Oh,
assuming I'm not incompetent and let it time out.
Okay.
So there's about a 60% chance. The worst was when our internet kept dying because an unnamed.
Did Vader take any damage there?
Well,
Vader
I think
took
it was
one?
Tyler's game was chopped, or maybe it was
What's
on
that?
Topsy's game.
From the box, Jesus.
Nice.
True.
Was clipped into 3 because one idiot walking back and forth on the tables kept tripping over a cable.
And this is the 20-minute long game, clipped into
No,
3.
sorry, it wasn't yours. Yours
Okay.
was only clipped, it was the one because yours was still shorter than everything. Thankfully, Tyler's like, I'm like, do you want to come talk about the game
Right.
for a bit? He's like, yeah, we'll just shit talk.
Yep.
Like, we'll just shoot the shit for X-Wing. So,
Well, it was funny too. 'Cause I can't remember the fellows now. I can look it up in my book. But because he's an American, but he was deployed in Germany, like the
Yeah.
American Air Force.
Yeah.
And so he was like, nobody in Germany plays this aggro. Like I've literally never seen anybody do this ever. And I was like, oh hey, just go check out stream. I've got like 4 other games of me just being like, 4 forward. I'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
Also, to be fair, you're not my quickest win on stream. Like, my Coruscant, like my hyperspace qualifier win to get into 2018 Coruscant. So it's 4-0. I pull my 5-0, like my match game, and it's like both the Kira, or both the Tirani and the other weird ass scum ship that like has the bullseye arc back in the day.
Yeah.
Chemos. It was like the two named Chemos and Zuckus all at 9.
Was it Dallin and
Yeah, Dallin.
Dallin
Over
Oberos?
us.
I just realized what
Yes.
I'm missing.
What?
Can you grab the pretzels that are right under that table? This is a beer and pretzels game.
Correct. I don't have beer, but I have vodka. Polish vodka even.
The Canadians are really good at that.
What? No, Polish vodka.
With it.
Have you talked with Tim at all or seen? There are large amounts of copious amounts of liquor that are just circulating everywhere.
Oh yeah, but it's not vodka.
I know there's a shit ton of vodka.
No,
Live in
alright.
Smirnoff.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Just-
your dad was.
there's minis everywhere.
Your dad was explaining about that in Poland.
What's that?
You and the vodka.
Oh yeah, no, I started talking about it earlier. No, like
Pretzels?
Oh my god.
the English team thought they were going to take
Yeah.
the U.S. out and get them all drunk because we have shitty low volume or low
Yeah,
alcohol
yeah.
volume beer in the U.S.
Sorry, one second. Because I'm going to get real offended here. What team took you out?
No, there was like what 20 different people there. No. I wasn't saying what team took us out.
what
It
team-
was
What
the
team, no.
I guess it was
No,
Scotland, was it?
it wasn't Team England.
Was it Scotland?
There were no English
The
people.
Irish.
It was Team Scotland.
Team Scotland.
That's because Team England wouldn't spend money on anyone else because you chintzy bastards.
oh, it wasn't like a spend money thing. This was a like well, who was talking shit then?
It was about what?
Just the like we drink shitty beer.
Oh, that was the Irish, wasn't it?
Maybe I don't know.
Northern Irish.
Okay,
Yeah.
whomever. You're all England to us.
And you're all North America to us.
Correct. I agree. They're not like really a different country. Like we let them be sovereign because like we don't want to have to deal with it.
You realize?
Correct.
You realize, wait. I'm just gonna point that out. You realize what happened the last time you tried to invade us, right?
Yeah, it was like 200 years ago, and your Mounties put up enough of a fight that we decided we didn't want to fight anymore.
Is it the same way as like Hitler invading Russia and winning? Is it one of those?
No, not even that. Like we legitimately were like, we're gonna go to war with Canada, and they were like, they're Canadian Mounties, like dudes with stupid hats with muskets on horses. We're like, we're gonna drive you back because they're actually like a real military force that like deals with that stuff, right? And we were like, man, this has been boring. We don't want to be here anymore. They've actually like put up a pitched battle. We're good. We're going home.
Right, well, the Mountie
You know
always
what?
gets
Which
his
of these
man.
individuals honestly look?
Chat, anyone get that reference?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
Am I wrong?
I mean, one's like 100 years old. The other one is, dead.
But the only the only common thread is that they both have a terrible history with owning people.
True.
Side note: your money is stupid and funny. You know what's really nice about everywhere else? You can open your wallet and know what you've got.
It's a £50 coin.
Oh no,
It is.
Indeed.
it's a Toronto transit token. You're more than welcome to it. I'm not going back to that shithole.
Wow.
I really like
So anyway, we were talking about
Yeah.
It's cool.
Team Europe
Yeah.
taking out Team America.
Wait. Team Europe at the European Team Championship?
Correct.
Well, no, it's the X-Wing Team Championship.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
No, it was between, right? Like it was that Friday night.
No, it's XTC. It's not ETC.
Oh, yeah, correct. Yeah, correct. So anyway, we go out,
Sorted bills.
and there was some shit talk about our light beer, or not light beer, but like shitty beer. And I was like, we're in fucking Poland with vodka. Like this is literally all I do. Is I go to either X-Wing tournaments or beach volleyball tournaments and drink
I don't know if you guys use the
all day long.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, we do now. Yeah.
there was literally trays of vodka bought
Yeah.
that
they feel weird.
everyone took one, and then it was like me, you, and then like two other people in the corner that took the rest.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think you've even heard this part of it. So I pass out in like the disco bar, which was 4:30 in the fucking morning, and I took a nap in a chair and then woke up and was like, it's almost 5 a.m. and we're in some weird like late 90s disco in Poland. That's,
People were dancing on the bar.
yeah, correct. But like not
just
good
something-
people dancing on, not like coyote ugly people dancing on the bar. Like, why are you on the bar dancing?
Like the bar itself had enough room for the bar and for you to stand.
Yeah.
That was it.
Like-
And like people were serving themselves drinks. So it was like there was no order.
It was a really weird place, and I was like, you know what, we should probably go home.
Were you okay with that? With your cultural sensitivities? Queuing?
Oh, mate, I'm Scottish. I don't care. It was
I
like generally. I mean, we steal stuff.
Jesus.
We're known for that.
Jesus.
Like,
So anyway,
my rugby team's motto was we steal a ball from every game. Honestly, it's a proud history.
proud. Okay.
Wait, fuck this noise. We need to give Stream something else. We can't hear him. Padre's drunk. I'm calling him.
Excellent. So
Yeah.
I get D and Marcel back.
Yeah.
Right. So the next day, everyone else went. Me and Marcel went out around town. He was like, "Man, you got really drunk because at Gen Con 2 weeks before, he got fucking plowed and ended up throwing up all night before getting back and just being awful the whole next day, right?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, you got really drunk." And I was like, "No, it's fine." And he was like, "What do you mean? You were like?" I was like, "No, I wasn't bad." He's like, "Well, I drank more than you." I was like, "Excuse me?" He was like,
He didn't.
"You're correct." And I was like,
He did not.
he was like, "Yeah, you kind of like stopped drinking." And I kept drinking. I was like, "How many shots did you do?" He's like, "Well, we just did one shot." I was like, "Correction, you just did one shot. I did way more than one shot."
I counted everyone in the room, and I got a round of like 20 something odd shots.
Something like that. It was a tray full.
The tray was fucking heavy. Put it at the table, and I was like, "Oh, Dion have one." I'm like, "Marcelo have one." Everyone, and like half the people were like, "No, I don't drink. I don't do shots." I ended up with like there's 10 shots left on the tray, and I was like, "Oh, Tyler, have another one.
Yeah.
Have another one." It was yeah.
And
really-
Tyler did what is the correct response when someone offers you a shot is to say thank you and
Correct.
throw it back.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh god, that was a fun night.
it was. It was very good.
Yeah, and Marcel got really really emotional.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love
That's fair.
Bits.
he's a good guy.
Top.
But yeah, no. So it was hilarious because he was like, "No, you got really drunk," and I was like, "Marcel, how did we get home?" "Oh, I don't remember getting home." "That's because I walked your drunk ass home." Like, what?
We lost Dion when he was looking for ice cream. we blinked, he was gone.
He's just gone.
He's just gone.
Which, actually, real talk. Well, I'll talk to one of the Polish people. I need the recipe for those fucking chimney cake things.
Oh yeah.
Those were amazing and don't exist in the States.
No.
And I might make a killing job switching to being a food truck operator that sells chimney cake ice cream cones.
Nice.
Because do you know what I'm talking about?
No, that sounds
Okay,
delicious.
think of a churro,
Yeah.
right? But softer and not as sweet. And they wrap it around like a ceramic cylinder and bake it on that. So it comes out in like a cone
Yeah.
that's open on both ends, right? So then they'll put like either peanut butter or Nutella or something like that on the inside of it, and then they'll like dust the outside of it. But it's not super sweet. It's like it's a nice like even sweet, right? Or they make it into an ice cream cone and then put ice cream into it as well.
In a
It's
soft.
Like, yeah, it's not super soft. It's
Okay,
like
it's
semi-soft.
It's
Yeah.
not like a waffle cone.
Correct. Yeah, it's definitely softer than that. Hold on, I find you. Nope, I have a real picture of this. And I have to be careful not to scroll too far.
Uncle Mark, there's an ice cream bounty on Sim.
Ooh, I don't know what that
I
means,
don't know
but
what
I'm
that
in.
means, but I was told to tell you that. An ice cream bounty on Sim.
Ha! The face he just made. Garma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Feel free to fuck with them.
Well, Snapchat's being dumb, but it'll load eventually.
We have the Marshal intervening in this game.
Here we go. This is what I'm talking
Oh
about.
my god, that looks delicious.
Yeah,
So like that's the chimney cake, and then they fill it like they actually fill it with peanut butter, and then put ice cream all into it, and then drizzle like chocolate and caramel over the top.
Wow.
Yeah. So well,
It does look good.
Booth.
yeah. So this is what I'm talking about, and it's fucking amazing. It was really good, and because it was in Poland, it didn't cost real money. So I got to have 2 of them every night.
Yep.
It was beautiful. Anyone who hasn't visited Poland, it's great. Go there. It's not only was there money, Monopoly money, but it also wasn't like a real amount of money.
Yep.
So unironically, I was at the same food truck area, and like the first night I got like a kielbasa, right? It was really good. I don't like mustard. So like the first night I was able to explain like, hey, I would like no mustard on this, no
Every
problem.
other night you're too inebriated.
No. We inebriated after the kielbasa. So, night number 2, I go up there and like I order. It's a different guy, and I order one, and my like asking for no mustard didn't really get communicated well enough. So then I get one with mustard, and I'm like, oh, I don't actually want this. But it was like $1.50 US.
Yeah.
So I was like, I could try to like explain to him that I ordered this without mustard and he needs to make me a new one, or I could just like hand it to a random person and then go back through line and order another one and get the no mustard across, which is what I did, and it was glorious.
So, the reason we had judge attention is because they didn't realize this game isn't actually real, and it doesn't matter, and that neither of these players are playing today.
You should have said they were playing for the cup.
So the Marshal is one of our locals in Chicago.
Okay.
He would know that this was not for a cut game.
What? Uncle Mark got super up there. Let's be 100%er though, Tyler.
Yes.
He wouldn't 100. He might partially believe it because it is something Tome could do.
True. Well, God, it was a Adepticon for him to make day 2 last year or 2 years ago, where with Best Coast pairing, someone put like, so when they entered the score, it was like my dad scored like 170 points and his opponent scored like 150 points.
Yep.
But his opponent put in, he scored 1,150 points, and it accepted that. So my dad's at like 3 wins going into the final round, like to get to 4 wins, and he's at like 200 MOV, and I'm like, Dad, that's not a real number. There's no way that works. Like, math says this isn't real. He's like, oh, weird. So he goes up there and like, because he's not paying attention to it each day, like, and it's like, so he's like, something's wrong here. Well, they find it. He wins his last game. He jumps from like 180 to like 31.
You're talking the real secret submarine.
Correct.
There was a Facebook post yesterday showing there was somebody at about 90th place who got like 55,000 MOV.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Wait,
That's a hell of a tournament.
which is sad that, and full shout out to Chico, that, doesn't get more love. Software that works isn't that hard. You're
False. Software that works is very hard.
Evidently it is. Because right now your 2 options are
Have you not
broken.
seen the official app?
Oh, I know. Broken or broken but wants you to pay to get your data back.
God, have you seen the fucking weekly posts about like what the best X-Wing list of the week is?
No.
That's been going. Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, so Best Coast Pairings is sponsoring. Like, I think it's Bell of Lost Souls.
I think I have seen.
Yeah.
Wait, Bell of
So
Lost Souls is finally doing extra content again?
no, they're letting Best Coast like send them the like list of the week submission. That's from all their data that they data mine.
Yeah.
Every single one of these lists they're all fucking bad. They're so bad. Hey!
But we
Van-
love Vader.
True.
Most of us fly Vader at one point. I think the best I've seen for all of that, though, and apparently FFG wasn't the biggest fan that we started circulating this as a potential, was, so Rathos went undefeated day one.
Yeah.
He had a wall rate day two, because it's almost like flying 6 games in a row
Yeah.
and then immediately doing another.
It was me.
Yeah.
I'm not. They're not
But what we realized if we'd started saying earlier, people would have conceded to him like crazy, is that instead of
Oh, yeah,
designing a
yeah.
card, let him design the app.
Yeah, correct. Correct. Easiest world champion of my life.
Yeah.
We'd all be
No, I want to
by now
do
and
it.
drinking.
No, stop it. You're conceding. If you don't, the whole mob back here will.
Yeah.
Well, I'm worried after Worlds it's that Yasby's going to hate Dion and me now.
Nah, he'll forget about D.
No,
Just me.
that feud's never going to die.
No.
So I hate Wookiees and young Korean boys.
Yeah. So so XY, that was the Australian national champion from
yeah.
Singapore. He came over, right? So we all went out like after the Coruscant night or whatever,
Yeah.
and he was like, "I just got carded." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "I'm 30." And I was like, first of all, you look 12.
Yes.
Second of all, it's the U.S. They have to card everyone that looks under 35. And he's
Yeah.
like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yes." So if you ever come back before you're 60, you're going to be carded. It's just the way it's going to
I've
work.
still got carded for cigarettes.
Yeah, that's a new thing because I don't know about in Minneapolis, but like in Illinois, as of January, they changed the age, and so now they're like hypercarding everybody, like just is whatever.
I gotta be honest, Ras wasn't growing his hair old enough that, the stuff at the bottom could buy 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing in the pod all day with XY.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's a great chap.
He's
I love
really
him.
good, yeah.
Like, he and man, God, so the way they did the
What did I...
Team
you can't hear
Coruscant
it.
stuff. Can't hear what?
You won't be able to hear it because there's no actual audio.
Can if you get my phone.
So
Curious what I said?
racist Mark. Oh, did my dad say something?
No, me.
Oh, racist Mark. Period. Yeah, no. I'm just saying, like,
No, we don't have table audio for a reason.
correct.
Actually, that's not true. My rule is if we got you one, I was going to offer to wire one up.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, I've tried to get Dion for
Larian,
years.
Could you repost that link, please?
To push a monitor to the table and just have Twitch chat on it and to leave the table mic on so I can make fun of Twitch chat and how bad they are at the game with what they think's going to happen.
Our guys are usually pretty solid because they don't like to make predictions. They're just like, yeah, it'd be a good idea if.
Sure.
Yeah.
The worst that we ever had to deal with was Nova 2 years ago when Paul Heaver was playing Travis Johnson, so it's Nim Miranda.
Oh, that's an old one.
Fair.
Bad meme.
Yeah.
Bad meme.
Larian, you're usually a lot better quality.
So
I'm surprised you didn't just do Gungan Mark.
Travis is running triple Intel Scouts,
Yep.
Yeah.
and Paul is running Nim Miranda.
Oh, that
Right.
was the final.
No, it was like 2 games before the
I think
final,
I
but
might have
yeah,
watched that
yeah.
game, yeah.
That was a good game, but we had
Yeah.
people in the audience that were like, "Oh, I wonder if like Paul's gonna do a 2-turn," and like Paul literally looks up because he can hear them, and like I see the look of just like, I've never even considered doing a 2-turn because it's that bad of an idea, like, and Paul with Nim Miranda is in 100% of it's a 3-bank every time. I'll figure it out later, and. Travis was in like they're all one harding and I got to figure out where they're barrel rolling to block you, right? Like that's the game. Like dials don't mean anything.
Well, and that's where I'm getting excited now when we're talking quality of commentary. Because if this is any indication, and I don't mean us, I mean FFG bringing Simon over. If they do that next year with commentary, it'll be a great stream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could be, yeah.
Sim and Uncle Mark are playing for fun. Pretzels?
Oh, I wonder how much health that Y-Wing has.
Cards.
Does he have cheat templates? I don't think real templates would. I think real templates would hit that rock.
Yeah, well, they're especially made for him,
You
weren't
gotta
they?
see this.
Jesus. Gee.
I played that guy, by the way.
Who? Matt.
You on?
Matt.
Yeah, big
no,
Matt
Matt's. Oh my God. Matt is one of my favorite people ever because he's an awesome guy. But this is the same note. What is this? Okay, these are just cool.
You would have given them to me.
So this the same Nova 2 years before, right? Matt shows up, and he's one of Travis's friends. He's from Florida. He's actually from the same town I go play volleyball in every year. It's great. I get to see him. It's awesome. So,
I'm
Matt's like, I really.
Volleyball's a euphemism.
We all sleep with each other. It's total. 100%.
Well, yeah, we also have Top Gun.
Sure. Did you see the women that also play? I'm just saying. I picked the right sport. Anyway, so we get there, and Matt's like, man, I really want to play Whisper, but I don't know of a good list. And he was trying some, like, really bad Upsilon stuff that we had actually watched him play a game on Vassal, not knowing it was him, and we're making fun of him, like, a week beforehand, right? It was one of those kinds of things. And Travis was like, why don't you just play, like, Rack Whisper? He was like, oh, I guess I could. He was like, Tyler, come here. Like, teach Matt to play Rack Whisper. So the night before the U.S. Nationals, I'm like, oh, here's, like, a 20-minute rundown of what, like, here's some cheeky things you can do, like, whatnot. The dude outbeats me. Like, I come in 3 out of Swiss, he comes in 2. I was like, the god, right? So we see the pair up. Correct.
Yes.
Correct. So, but he's doing something. Yes. So we see the pairing because they do a big 64-man bracket because Nova's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
He's paired into Dion, who is running Fairship Rebel 2, which is straight auto loss for Rackla Whisper. Like, you can't win. It's a fucking 7v, like, 12 final salvo, and they're going to sit in their corner until they get to fuck you, right? So Matt's like, I got Dion. I need to beat him. So Chris Allen, who made the fortress that Dion is using and is just blindly using, he's like, this is how I go here. They sit down for 3 hours mapping out exactly what Rack's flight plan is and Whisper's flight plan is to get him to break and to be able to run. And he does it, and it was the best moment of Dion, like, sets out all his shit in, like, the right, here's my measurements, and then Matt looks down and he starts measuring with his templates out. Like, oh, I need to be 4.5 out to set Rack here at this angle to go. Dion's like, what's he know that I don't know? And they were up until literally 3 in the morning setting this up.
Yeah.
And he fucking tables him.
Nice. Nice.
And Dion's like, what's even happening? Yeah, he loses the next round to some jank. Sucks to suck. But it's the fact that he was like, no, I'm going to take the impossible to win matchup, and we're going to learn how to fuck it, and we're going to fuck it real good. And he's currently he made it through day 2 with double deltas and a palp shuttle.
Yeah.
Nice.
He was on stream at one point. He was like, yeah, I made Nami watch me K-turn for 63 minutes in a row.
Yeah.
Well, speaking
Was
of
that,
deltas,
was that the ones with the ion cannon?
No, heavy lasers.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, oh, do you have foresight? Cool.
that's the sickest kind of disrespect from FFG, though. Here's 3 Delta cards.
Correct. Or maybe they know something we don't, and points are going to keep going down.
You know what they have said consistently? They want to, for next year, dramatically change things.
Jesus.
So what you need to do is just keep bringing out more things like the Nantic. So
Well, I'm
that
gonna
will definitely keep changing the scene.
I'm gonna be real sad. I traded one of mine away because I'm like, I'm not gonna need 3 Deltas ever, except for Epic. And what's Epic?
Yeah. I mean, I quite like the fact they've introduced a new mechanic with the tracked beam and. Well,
It's not a new mechanic.
well,
Harold made the ice cream bet, Dad. Harold made the ice cream
You'll
bet.
buy whatever flavor you want when he's back.
Harold, ice cream bet.
Shout out to everybody. There is the Uncle Mark fan club. Actually, the only action personality with a fan club and brand manager.
Yeah,
Go join it. Find it on Facebook.
Correct.
I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's nothing. Here's the best part. What you do see is the occasional post from Uncle Mark that is super fucking wholesome.
correct.
It's like, I hope everybody had a great day today.
Groups right there. There we go.
So it's a full health sun tier versus.
Yeah.
2 arcs, 2 Y-wings.
Buying overpriced drinks for those guys.
There we go. Like,
Uncle Mark's frank. I shall hit that up.
so we told this story off air to Rasta earlier tonight, but to give you an idea how this started, so 3 guys who are one of our locals, or some of our locals that play like in the town over from us.
Yeah.
We always hang out. Great guys. They're actually in chat right now. Harold's actually in Korea, I think, right now teaching English, maybe doing something in Korea. So it's like he's on whatever 17 hours forward it is. You know, he's talking to us from the future, all that kind of stuff.
What are the lotto numbers?
Correct.
World's is expensive.
So they get a picture of my dad after he had just like gotten wrecked in a game, where he doesn't realize that one of the guys has his phone out,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Hey,
Well, that's the flag he's flying under.
Correct. Yes, right there. Oh no, see that's the picture right there. So that's the picture he gets of my dad flipping him off. So they put a TLT over his middle finger and blow this up to like 2 feet by 3 feet and put it on T-shirts.
Nice.
And he show up to Gen Con last year with them on, and my dad walks in and's like, "What the fuck is this?" Excellent. Yeah, I think all of you are in there, right? Like Matt, Harold, and Nick are all there, right? I feel like Nick messaged me. Oh wait, god damn it, I have a message from someone. What's going on? Who needs me? Oh god. Requests. Nope.
I feel bad for Astro.
Yeah. Is he?
He lost his A when he were
Yeah, I heard that. I mean, how's it going from there?
Then he got half on Holland. Basically means he has to kill both Jedi.
Do you know how Kevin Lentz is doing? There was some drama. Yeah. Basically boils down to his 6th round opponent was having a rough day and was in one of those I hate X-Wing states, right? And kind of not necessarily like complaining and bitching, but just like not in one of those moods.
I've been there.
And right. And obviously stressful event. And I think he made it through the LCQ too, so it's like, he's played a lot of X-Wing. We've been playing for a long time, right? And Kevin kind of had to like talk him off the ledge of like, oh, like come on, like, we're playing a game, it'll be good, because he's that kind of person, right? He wants everybody to be engaged and have fun. The problem is Kevin is running a list that like half points something and runs, which
So
obviously
here, it comes off super disingenuous.
not necessarily that, but like when that hits, 35 minutes into the game or whatnot, now the guy's very frustrated. So Kevin feels compelled to re-engage, and then gets half-pointed, and then can't actually get the points back he needs and loses at time, versus just sticking to what he would do and running away the entire time. And so he was feeling a little frustrated with it too. And so it's like, you just got to be able to push all that past, like release everything, go into win game 7, because that was like his 4-1 game. So like if he wins that, he's 5-1. I don't care about the last game.
That's kind of where I was my 5th game, where I was out, I was grumpy, I didn't like how I got out.
Yeah.
Halfway through the game, I talon roll. Canadians and their talon rolls on Vader.
Yeah. Off the board?
No, it's super tight to a rock.
Okay.
We call a judge to roll if it's on or
Sure.
off. Judge comes and goes, that's not an FFG template. I don't think it's quite thin enough. I think you're back a little bit more.
Jesus. Wow. The call out of the cheat templates, I'm in.
Well, here's the thing. I've used those for 3 years.
Yeah.
Worlds.
Yeah, for sure.
But and I measured it after it wasn't. But anyway.
Oh, the no-ball Soonter sloop, I'm in.
So I sit there. After that, I then whisper rolls 4 blanks. I just look at my opponent. I'm like, I'm going to be an absolute asshole to play against for the rest of the day. I need to go slam a beer. Congrats on your 200-0 or 250 win.
So I played terribly. For everyone who wants to know, I got straight fucked yesterday, and not in the good way, in the non-enjoyable, painful way. So I lose. So I'm like 1-3, and I get Brandon Prokos, who's one of my Chicago locals, for round 5.
Yep.
And he's in the same spot, like just lost. He's out now too, and he's just like, we both like don't want to be there. He's running Echo, a Sigma, and Rack.
Yep.
And I was like, man, like honorable joust between the Vultures and Rack and see what happens. He was like, 100%, yes, we'll figure it out. At one point, one of the Sigma starts to look like it's. I was like, no, like you have to play with Sun. It's 2v1, 5v1. Let's do this the right way, just to have a good time. It doesn't matter, right? Like, yes, as opposed to the enjoyable, painful way. Exactly. If you don't know what that is, you should consult your local sex education / worker person.
I think we're going to need to have the talk chat.
Do we need to go down that dark road?
Oh, the raffle timed out. Fuck that noise.
Ah.
I'm going to shower you people with whatever stuff we've got sitting around. 'Cause this game
This is what X-Wing's all about. They're enjoying it.
Yeah.
We're talking about life.
love, and the pursuit of happiness. So I don't like the fact that the arcs are flying away.
Is it dad flying onto a rock?
Yeah, I mean, you know, details. It's fine. He's just really mad that Simeon hadn't blown that rock up either. It's the least Death Rain could have done.
Took it
So
down
guys,
from that.
this is secure tonight, right? Can I leave stuff here?
Ask that man.
Yeah, you're good. Well, you mean like all night or?
Tonight.
Oh, that I don't know.
Where's my jumper?
Did you pull that out? Wait. Did you pull that out?
Rolled 7 blank dice the whole game. Never had a target there. Ever.
I hear it's a good.
7
I hear it's a good
blanks.
strategy. You could just roll natty,
I
right?
do. Seriously. I've never rolled a blank red.
Are you coming back first thing tomorrow?
Yeah. Oh, fuck off. All right, now,
Wait, did he kill the arc on the rock?
Yes.
God damn it, Dad.
To answer your question.
Don't swear on stream.
No, it's his stream. I can do what I want.
That's all we've been
You
doing.
know what, motherfucker? I don't give a shit.
You missed the part. You missed the discussion. You missed the discussion between enjoyable painful sex and unenjoyable painful sex.
To be honest with you, as long as it's from the front, it's enjoyable. I want to be able to see your face.
Fair.
Is this the game on street?
Yeah.
Well, fucking 8-year-old girl ain't gonna win, is she?
I mean, he's down to just Sunter.
Right, in a minute. Is this all locked up?
Let's put it this way. I leave all of this here. What else, Rasta? I'll put it in literally under
So
the
that's
cage.
showing the stream. They can't see. These views.
Side note, because you need a little bit, positivity.
Yeah. Keep it secret because stream may have a chance of winning those.
There.
Kind of good stuff in there.
Stephen Kim was asking where you got those done.
Kitaneguchi.
Attention X-Wing Day 1B players.
We'll say his name like that.
Congratulations to completing Day 1B.
Okay.
Standings are being posted. These are tentative until we have about 10 minutes for everyone to look them over. Make sure they are correct. If you have any problems at all, please come up to Twitter HQ promptly. And then shortly after,
cover it up with Jar Jar.
handing out the best of the actual prizes.
Did you get to play in the Ace High event?
Finished 5 and 2
It was a lot of
today.
fun.
Move
They do it
on
tomorrow.
to day 2, which
I'm in
will
the chess
start
talk
tomorrow
tomorrow.
at 9 in the morning.
A friend of mine brought a Sith infiltrator with Tuku. So then when other people shoot at other people, we can screw with the dice as well.
Yeah, I'm in. Jeremy Chambly had me on and was like, you would literally just roll into a fight, double tap people to like hit them early to get the points for him or kill stuff,
Yeah.
and then just get in people's face and ask them to kill him so he could come back on with his force back.
Nice.
He's like, I'm not waiting for 4 turns to regen this shit.
Yep.
Someone kill me.
Yep.
I ran Sun with Ensnare because it was the only ace I had.
Yep.
It was like, it was either that or a really decked out hyena.
Yeah.
And
Well, 404, right?
yeah, that was the idea, right? I was like, APT 404, what? Sure. But no one feeding me extra actions or anything makes me kind of sad. So, in the first game, it was great because there was a Whisper, an Echo, me, and a Vermile with Vader Crew and Fifth Brother, or Vader Crew and Lone Wolf,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like all the token Vermile, and the utter fear and panic from both of those phantoms were like, fuck, we can't be anywhere there, but we also can't be over here.
Yeah.
And the way you deployed, right? So you deploy in order, then you have to be range 1 of any board edge,
Yeah.
and at least range 2 of everybody else.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, oh, it's double phantoms. They got a cloak turn 1. So it's like Echo went here, and I was like, okay, like range 2 exactly away from looking right at Echo.
Yeah.
Where are you going? What
Yeah.
are we gonna do? That was a great game.
Yeah.
My next game was with Wedge, Scumhan that was dropping like 9 million rigged cargo chutes.
Yeah.
Me, and then a Wolf Arrow that was like just hit it like decked out maw, magma, just punch stuff, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, it was that one. Whatever, doesn't matter. The problem in that game was that I can't deal damage to things unless they're tractor beam. But I had the bid, so I moved last so I could like get position.
Yeah.
But then every time I tractor beam something, Wedge fucking killed it.
That's brilliant.
God damn damn it.
You were just the enabler.
Yeah, it's like, well, I can't kill it if I don't tractor beam it.
Yeah.
But if I do tractor beam it, which probably kills it.
Yeah.
So, fun, enjoyable format for all.
Yeah. So that's going to be a definite bonus for when the epic scenarios come out.
Yeah. The full rules for that are going to be in there for like how you actually do stuff.
Yeah.
It was one of those things we played it for probably 2 hours just by ourselves over like in the pods area or whatnot, and it was just kind of like, this was fun. Like, the entire time it was like, oh, shit talking each other, talking people into just doing dumb stuff the whole time.
Yeah, well, it was, Chris wanted to play a pod of just Aces High.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just because normal pods is just boring.
Correct. That's what we did. We had 2 of them in batch.
Yeah. They were like, oh, who should we talk? I was like, they were like talking to me like, who should we talk to sort this out? I said, there's a really knowledgeable fella who's in charge of all the pods. He's called Zach Matthews. I don't know. Don't know who you. Don't know who he. If you find him, he'll probably tell you what to do.
Right. Yeah. No. I think the exact conversation was Chris walked up to Wade and went, "Hey, we want to run Aces High for our pod. Can we do that?" And Wade went, "I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to be the one that answers, or like I can't answer that question. Also, I don't care."
Yeah. Also, why are you talking to me?
You guys have 3 minutes, by the way. You guys have 3 minutes. Yeah. We probably should have told you that earlier. Like, we're not really paying attention to that as well.
Yeah.
I believe, Soonter. I believe. What's that?
I had one game.
I
of
believe.
Aces,
Did you bring Ruthless?
Oh,
with
wait.
Vader.
I mean, this isn't my list. Blame Kev.
Yeah, it's my fault. Yeah, it's always,
No, I'm sorry. Did you bring 1.0 Ruthless?
Yeah, exactly.
it's always my fault.
Sim, just so you know, there's 2 minutes and 35 seconds left.
Yes, I heard.
At least I didn't get your list wrong this year.
Well, I didn't let you write.
That's true.
Okay.
Have you heard that story about the list drama, the largest world?
Oh, no, I was there. I watched it happen.
No, did you see him?
I saw him. We had him on Suicide Watch. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. To be honest, I didn't think I was going to get a chance to
Hold
commit
on.
suicide.
29 lives 30 minutes away and doesn't already have kids. I'm confused.
You're back.
God, how degenerate is your stream? So if I show like dating app pictures and then say like yes, no, vote, they're in?
I'd vote yes.
You know what? I'm not saying we've done it before, but we've definitely done it before.
Jesus.
All right. Well, in a minute and 40, chat. Yes and no. Or is it yes or no, left or right?
Oh no, this isn't. She's already liked me. I get to decide if I even want to like deal back.
And if she's into X-Men and watching this right now.
Fucking hey, sure, whatever. Hey Megan, how's it going? But I will say that on my profile, I absolutely have.
No
Like,
mention X-Wing.
no, I'm just straight. It's straight
I'm-
like picture form.
Yeah.
Like 2017 Worlds, like me playing Mashari, it's top 16, straight in there.
Yeah.
Nice.
That alone gets more like I'm going to match with you and just ask questions because I didn't know that there was a world championship for board games or that people travel for
Oh,
something
I
like that.
like to say that at customs.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I go through border, and it's like, you going to where?
Oh yeah.
You're gonna go play Fortnite?
Their eyes.
Did you hear what happened to Jesper? He was like, no, what are you coming? He's like, oh, I'm going to play like this, like a world championship for a board game. And they went, oh yeah, X-Wing, we know.
Oh, did you hear what happened to the PTL guys? So they pull through into the border. Make sure I got the mic, because this is a great story. It's not my story to tell, but I'm telling you.
Yeah, whatever.
So they get up to the border, and they're pulling through. They've got this giant-ass motorhome that they got a bunch of them loaded into, and the support vehicle's already gone through, like their truck trailing them. And as the border guard's starting to get there and starting to, need to see everybody, and one of them decides they're going to poke their head out the side window instead of up front like everyone had been. So as they're dealing with that, all they hear is, get the fuck back in the vehicle. Because a semi had come up behind them. I don't know why I said it the American way. A semi had come behind them.
No, that's a shitty erection.
Exact same where we're from.
Anyways, had come up behind them.
So who's running around with a semi out? Why did you want to hit a guy's
In-
head
in-
over back? This is a great story. You were right. You were right. By the way,
Name of
turn
your
around.
sex tape. Had come out, pulled into the car and van line they were in, which doesn't fit in the goddamn barriers, starts honking his horn, and the guy starts getting out of his truck all angry at American Customs. Well, big surprise, guess what their response is?
Guns.
Not out. But apparently once that got sorted, the response was, just fucking nerds, get out of here.
Yeah.
My response at every border has been, they start questioning. Then it's like, what are you going down for? How long you be here? Oh, what are you going down for? Board game tournament? Like Catan?
Correct.
I'm like, same distributors, but plastic spaceships. Yeah. As soon as you say plastic spaceships, their eyes glaze over and they're like, this guy's not a threat, just get out of my window. Time in round. You know what?
Tight over sex tape.
You know what? We'll give him another turn. Stream, you decide.
Hold on.
Wait. Give him another one. Sorry. Whoa. Uncle Mark. Oh, crap. Before I could call it, Uncle Mark had a dial down. You got another turn. It's almost like we're just having fun or
I
something.
think
We're doing
yeah.
this weird thing with who's this?
Wait. More importantly, while they set their dials, go to booth cam, give Tyler some help.
No.
Oh yeah. Oh
Problem is, she's like 15 miles away. Hold on, she's gonna have wants to be in a relationship. That is not what my Tinder says currently, St. Paul.
Well,
my Tinder says in town for a week. Hit me up to have fun. Apparently, that's not.
I don't know. With one of my counterparts, he's been trying to find a relationship's got that, and all he gets is the opposite. So you just pull the opposite, apparently.
Go. Share with the audience. Yes or no, chat? Yes or no?
This is not going to end well.
So,
Chat, you don't even have the option. It's already done.
Okay, let's go to scroll all the way down. Floor cam. You can see the venue hall starting to leave as people go to find their closest liquor. Oh, Harold's telling you always swipe right.
Why?
Fuck! I wish we had the sim. Wait. Go back to booth. Go back to sim. No, sorry. Floor cam. Sim, you're doing your dance again.
that
You're
way.
off cam.
That way.
Fuck. It just proved these kids have stupid dances.
At least that one wasn't from Fortnite.
Well, yeah, because evidently. Tyler,
Tyler,
you gotta fucking
chat. Clip that.
clip
chat.
this. Somebody clip this. First person to clip this gets 100 whoopies. I've been paying a whoopee bounty on this clip because Harold is going to need it.
He still won, yeah.
Yeah.